If you kill me, Superman, my computer files of your asshole will be spread in all of Metropolis. Do your worst, Superman.
Hi, I'm JJ. My line is that I talk over still images and call it cinema. That's my bit.
You call it cinema?
I call it cinema. I tell my friends it's cinematic. It's Scorsese level shit.
Yeah, I did see that email you sent me. It was from Martin Scorsese himself. He was very drunk when he said it.
Yeah, geez, that guy.
But he was like, JJ, my boy, Mamma Mia, I loved your Batman videos. Keep them up.
He said this. This is a fact. I have the emails to show. I'm not going to show you guys, but it's real. He did that. You know Scorsese does whippets?
Where are those again?
Like those are the gas canisters he just inhales like a 15-minute high. You know, kill brain cells.
I mean, you know what you're getting into if you're huffing gas. You know.
Let's talk about what people really came here for. What everyone came here to the Bad Take Delete podcast for. We're gonna be talking about Twitter.
Oh, which part? The fact of purging old accounts?
Yeah. So what's going on there? So Elon said he's like deleting accounts that just have been like inactive for years.
Yeah, he didn't specify the amount of time. And in fact, you have to remember when they first launched the Xbox and they're like, hey guys, you're going to have to log in once per day to make sure that you're still an Xbox guy.
What?
Yeah.
What was that?
In 2013, when Xbox at E3,
Oh god, yeah.
they first went off and showed that the Xbox One has media capabilities, and always you had to be always online. You can only share discs with like 2 friends or something. And then Sony followed up the presentation by saying, "Here's how you give used games to your friends." And it was just one guy handing them another CD, and it's like, "Thanks." You don't remember that shit?
Oh fuck,
The
I remember
console
that.
flop?
Yeah, that was. And then fucking PlayStation turned their backs and did the same shit like a couple of years ago, right? Like a year or two ago, didn't they do something similar?
I believe so. But for Twitter, you have to log in at least once every 30 days, which seems fine. I mean, you're going to be liking things and tweeting things within 30 days, you know? How do you feel about that?
So it's not just a matter of logging in. You have to actively be using Twitter once every 30 days, or else the account just goes like bye-bye.
I'm guessing they'll roll out something where it's like, hey, you haven't been active for a while. Because when I usually tell people about usernames, like they want to create a YouTube channel, I always tell them to check Twitter, check Instagram, and check YouTube to see if the username was taken.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I find a very good username. Like I researched people's like, oh, this is a good username, and I checked Twitter, and someone took the handle in 2013. They made 2 tweets about Family Guy, and they never tweeted again. It's like, damn, that would have been a good handle.
You know, I'll be honest. It's funny as soon as you said like they're taking down accounts, I started looking up funny usernames, seeing which was available now. Because I've fallen into that exact same predicament where some fucking guy in like Albania finds the user fucking like at Superman and then tweets like a picture of his asshole and then never uses it again.
That's something Lex Luthor would do.
That is something Lex Luthor. That's gonna be my next bit. Lex Luthor buys Superman's handle and I'll have someone draw Lex Luthor's dirty, stinky asshole.
Well, it's not even Lex Luthor. Remember, he's a rich scientist, so he would have paid someone to develop an AI to guesstimate what Superman's asshole would look like.
Oh, that's a fucking villain, dude. That's evil. The amount of fucking material you would have to feed that engine too. He's surfing through like the finest asses, looking for the best one.
This is the butthole department of LexCorp.
Surprisingly, very active.
Like it's the front they have to have is like, oh, we're doing AI stuff. You know, we're having a good time. Lex has to like be a good guy to everyone else. So maybe it's like recreate your loved one's voice so you can tear them one last time, maybe. But it's all front for Superman's asshole.
What's funny is that would be a plot. Like that is something he would do in like the 80s comics. Not exactly that, but something similar.
No, that did happen. Like... Remember when Superman was tricked to making a porno?
Yeah, no, that was real. I don't know how you know that with Big Barda.
And it's like, man, the 80s sucked.
The 80s were a fucking horrible time for comics. I mean, they were making the most money they ever did, but like, fuck.
Well, imagine like you're a dad in the 80s and you grew up on Superman comics where it's like, I need to stop the bank robber. And it's like, I want to give my child like the love I have for Superman, and so let me buy him a new comic. And it's him trying to have sex with someone because it's a porno, and it's like, I don't know why you like this, Dad.
First of all, I really gotta applaud your Superman voice. Mm-hmm. I've gotta save the bank. Meh. That doesn't just scream the whimsy of Superman. I don't know what does. Second, though, imagine that you're a parent, fucking, you know, went off Superman cartoons in the 40s and shit, and you're sitting down in the bathroom, you see your son's Superman comic, and you open it, and it's just spread eagle Superman's asshole right there in the middle, like a 2-pager.
Well, you remember In Shazam, Captain Marvel was fighting the bad guy. He threw a toy of Batman at him, which implies that there are comics being made and licensing toys being made. So that can happen. Like, LexCorp is making Superman comics.
Yeah, there's a plot line where fucking, I think in the Ultimate Comics, Kingpin owns the fucking, like, merchandising rights to Spider-Man, and he just starts selling a whole bunch of shit of him. He's like, what are you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna make you look like an incel, Spider-Man.
That's pretty much the plot. He literally just tries to make him look like an asshole that's just cashing in. It's so fucking funny.
I always did like the idea of a superhero on trial, because it's like, it's not the mild-mannered identity, right? It's like the superhero on trial. Like, I remember Spider-Man has been on trial a lot for some of the stuff that he's done, and it's like, nah, he's okay.
All those sex crimes, yeah.
But an issue with Twitter purging old accounts is that a lot of people have passed away. And not only have a lot of people passed away, they haven't given people, prior to their passing, usually it's sudden, access to their accounts, which means that many people who passed away won't have their accounts anymore. Their handles will be gone.
Then I mean, that is pretty fucking terrible to think about.
I think if you're listening to this podcast, have a plan for that. Like, if you die, you should like, this is a weird way to start.
This should be the first thing you do. When you die, before you enter the light, quickly log on to Twitter.
In your will, you have like your passwords or how to access your passwords. It makes it super easy to like know what stuff to archive and whatnot. Like, I did talk about this with Matt Hargreaves of Ed's World, because him and Tom were sifting through the old files of Ed and everything, you know, archiving things, making sure everyone's saving everything, because you do want to preserve the memory of your friend.
Yeah.
But also, you should say what things to delete, what folders you should not keep or show or click on, even though your friends will click on them.
Oh, Jesus! I don't even want to think about that.
Pictures of Superman's asshole.
All right.
Turns out the friend is Lex Luthor this whole time. I tricked you.
Oh, it's gonna make a terrible joke just there.
If you kill me, Superman, my computer files of your asshole will be spread in all of Metropolis. Do your worst, Superman. It's like, I wasn't even gonna kill you, Lex. Oh my god. Where'd you get that from?
Lex, that's very scarily accurate. How did you accomplish this?
I used Wayne Tech.
I was picturing Lex Luthor fucking in an office. He just brings up his hands. The fucking Iron Man HUD starts coming. He's like swiping left and right. Sphincter, bring it up by 50%.
We need to find the Kryptonian DNA.
There should be some crust over there.
I do like the concept that Superman can't get a haircut. Like, he has to do it himself with like Kryptonian tools, or else the barbershops would break their tools and shit.
Yeah, it's you start thinking about, this is my entire career right now, right, explained right here. You start looking into comics. You start thinking about things, and none of it makes sense.
One thing does. I remember reading a long ago, you know, why couldn't people figure out that, you know, Superman's identity, Clark Kent and everything? Clark Kent. Besides the fact that it has happened, like, a lot of people have seen a celebrity and does not recognize them. One comic explained it that he sees perfectly fine, but he used the etched glass from his Kryptonian spaceship, and wearing those glasses alters his face slightly when people look at him, like a reflection kind of thing.
That's such a dumb. I mean, yeah,
it makes sense.
Is the alien universe. It's an explanation that didn't even need to happen, because, like, just look at Christopher Reeve in the Superman movie. It's all about the fucking posture and, like, his like expression. It sells it. You don't recognize him. He looks like two different guys from scene to scene. It's you don't need a fucking space technology glasses or whatever the fuck they came up with.
Yeah, I loved All-Star Superman, reading it and watching it, and he's just a bumbling fucking idiot.
That's the best one. Yeah, it's the best comic of him.
It's like that is the best comic, and it's open-ended. Like, did Superman die? Is he still working in the sun, making it work? Did he just explode immediately when he touched the sun?
I like that option. I like the idea that he just fucking erupts.
But much like an explosion, our favorite hero, Albert Einstein's in Oppenheimer, they confirmed it.
Yeah, I want to talk about that, because I found out about that, like, because I think I saw one of the first trailers for it. It was in one of the Guardians. It was the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I went to see it, which, by the way, fucking really good movie.
Oh, really?
But they had the Oppenheimer trailer or whatever. You know, it's footage I haven't seen before, so I'm like, oh, all right, this is pretty cool. And they're like, we need this guy, and he's like, I think I know a guy. And it cuts to him walking up to fucking Albert Einstein, and I'm not kidding you, when the audience was like, whoa! Like, they were reacting like it was a Marvel reveal. Everyone's like, it's Einstein. I'm like, oh my god, I want to put a bullet in my head. Like, they were freaking out. Like, the Twitter jokes are not an exaggeration. There are people really reacting that way to this.
No, it's great, because there is a very small chance, despite it being a serious movie, he will do the iconic tongue pose. The sticking his tongue out, making a wacky face.
Oh, that's a reference. That's a reference. I get that reference.
But when I first saw it on Twitter, the first quote tweet was like, "So who does he play?"
I'm really hoping they do a fucking Kingsman and they have like the end credit scene with like Hitler or something.
No, I remember watching that in theaters. But no, I watched the ending and it was a very long mustached German fellow and it's like, "Meet my good friend, Adolf Hitler." Like, I hope at the end of the next Kingsman movie, because I'm sure there's going to be another one, it's like Hitler's crying, he's like in a bathroom, he's like shaving his mustache, and only shaves off one half of it, and then says Hitler will return.
We should, it'll have like an end credit scene where like Hitler's hat falls onto the ground, and then like you hear footsteps, and then Fidel Castro picks it up, and then he flies into the atmosphere.
Like in The Matrix?
Yeah, exactly. He just looks up and...
We do need more movies where the main character just flies, like in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. They just fly to fuck, or in Grease, they just fly into the air.
You gotta watch Guardians because like it starts off with this character, Adam Warlock, and the way that they do the flying is like he always has this face on him, like that fucking the Chad face, and he's just the way he flies is like it's just he's just standing still, and the camera just moves around him all slow, like it's so goofy, but I love that movie.
You know what else I love?
What?
The fact that Twitter might be adding dating capabilities and calling people.
Yes.
You excited?
Yes.
Someone's like you're doing something. You're at a barbershop. You get a call from Twitter.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey, it's me, a big fan, JJ.
Oh, fuck. Okay, what's up, buddy?
I love your videos.
How did you even acquire this number?
This is Twitter. Yeah.
Oh shit.
You forgot to change your privacy settings.
No!
I see you. You're in the barbershop right now. I see you.
Dude, are you Wait, what the fuck? Is that you?
Hey.
Oh my god, is that like a bat with a nail in it?
I'm banging on the window.
Oh my god!
Dude,
I gotta block you on Twitter. I'm blocking you on Twitter, dude. Oh shit, his head just fell right off.
Bring.
Yeah, I keep getting called. This is a very busy barbershop. Hello?
Hey, it's that dude's brother. Heard you hang up on him.
Listen. You guys fuck with me one more time. I know a guy. Cuts to Albert Einstein sitting in the barber chair next to me. He sticks his tongue out.
I think adding calling would only work if you follow. Like, you follow someone, they follow you. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
still fucking terrible.
Yeah, because I use Discord for calling people. Like, previously it was Skype, and then it was Discord. Well, no, it was... Everyone went from TeamSpeak, kind of, to Skype, to Discord, to Twitter. I'm more excited.
I don't.
Yeah.
I think the concept is like interesting in theory, but in execution, there's no way of actually. I feel like you're gonna get a lot. Like there's no way of monitoring it really, unless you just turn it off. And in which case, what's the fucking point of implementing it?
Just today, I checked Twitter on my phone and on on the website, and it said like when you get notifications, you'll see them right here. And I checked other people to see if they've had it, and apparently Twitter wasn't showing notifications for a bit. I chatted with my friend who has Twitter Blue, and he's like, "No, my code is fine. Like I see notifications just fine." Imagine trying to add a dating app capability, and you've already seen how awful people are talking to women and guys on Twitter. Just let me see your bobs.
Yeah, dude, as soon as the dating thing is such a terrible idea. I mean, the amount of people there are people on here that are openly pedophiles, like Maps or whatever the fuck it is.
Oh,
this is not gonna end well.
No, I remember seeing a post. It was Keith Johnsack drawing Elon Musk in a diaper, and some guy commented, "We do not accept him in the diaper community."
Oh my god.
And he further said, "Everyone's telling me to delete this, but I'd rather live as a free man than die as a coward."
What? Okay.
And someone quoted that with a Bible tweet where it's like, it was something like, if you apologize, you will be shown mercy, but if you hide your sins, you will burn. And it's like, that works.
That should be the tagline for Twitter. They should have that right underneath the app on the App Store. If you hide from your sin, if you ask for forgiveness, you shall be forgiven.
No, I've seen a lot of people say mean things about like OnlyFans people, and then the OnlyFans person quote tweets by showing the DMs of that exact person, and it's like, "Hey buddy, do you wanna look at your DMs to me?" And it's like, very creepy shit.
I thought about something like that, like
DMing someone.
No, well,
hey baby.
Yes. Yeah, I was thinking of doing the "Hey baby" DMs and all that, but Every now and then you see like a Twitter account that's just like not like a gimmick or fan account. It's just like some regular guy tweet some stupid shit like the sky is green, and then like, you'll see it quote tweeted by some guy and be like, no it isn't, you fucking idiot, and it gets like 1 million likes, retweets, the guy privates his account and all that. Isn't that an insane concept that you can just be some regular guy tweeting some bullshit and then like hundreds of thousands of people just dogpile on you?
Well, it's kind of like how YouTube is now recommending videos that are less than 1,000 views and shit. The Twitter algorithm, I'm not sure what they've done, but for the For You section, I have seen a lot of lower viewed stuff, like lower viewed art and everything, and I like that. But also, I do get random tweets, as you said, from random people, and it's like, oh, you're gonna get cooked, buddy. You're gonna get fucked.
To be fair, a lot of the time, it's these people fucking paying to promote their tweet. Have you seen that? Like some guy with like 20 followers pays however much it is to promote a tweet saying like, I ate a burger today, it was burnt, ouch. Hashtag, blue wave. Like,
oh wait, are you talking about advertising tweets or Twitter Blue?
No, advertising tweets. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know how it works, but I see like the promoted underneath it. I'm like, oh, okay.
If I'm paying money to promote a tweet, I want to pay more money so people don't know it's promoted.
Right? That's the most embarrassing part. I don't get how you can do that. It's blatant. It tells everyone immediately.
Because for Twitter Blue, it does work. Like when they posted the code to GitHub, it does boost tweets from Twitter Blue users. So for artists, it is something they could look into. But also at the same time, people have coded things where it's like, I remember seeing a Twitter person who said, I made a code thing that automatically blocks everyone who has Twitter Blue in my comments and automatically responds to them with unsubscribe to Twitter Blue so your comments will be unblocked and everything. And so it's like, this can work, it can help people, but also the system is rigged.
The app's dead, man. I mean,
but you know what would sell it?
What?
If we had different shape profile pictures, we can add GIFs, maybe more links, in the bio, because they Twitter de-emphasizes links. Something that's a bit more for Twitter Blue, you know what I mean?
I do have a strategy on how we can fix this.
Okay, imagine you're at the board of CEO, just one guy, it's just Elon Musk, and he's like, all right, JJ, I brought you in, I've read your thoughts, what is the thing?
So then what I do is I lunge across the table, screaming, and I grab his little itty, like, pencil throat, and the momentum brings us through the top, we're at the top of the fucking Twitter building, and we shatter through the glass, we're falling hundreds of feet in the air, and we're flailing around, I'm grabbing his throat, and I'm like, you need to extend the character limit for non-Twitter Blue, and then we slam it to the ground.
Okay, I could do that.
Picturing his jaw just completely unhinged, like, yeah, all right, that's not that bad.
Okay, that was a good idea. Good, you got my attention.
Cut to me, I'm just liquid on the floor.
Just
I'm just like pasta sauce.
It's like that picture of Peter Griffin with no bones.
Oh,
but it does have bones.
What?
We're gonna take a little break. That was the awful fucking transition. We're gonna take a little break.
You know what has bones? This 15-minute break.
Whoa.
Goodbye. All right, we're back. We found all the bones that were in that podcast. You wouldn't believe where they were. They were just kind of strange, different locations there. But
remember in
welcome
Castlevania,
back.
Like in the second game, where you had to collect all of Dracula's bones to bring him back together in order to kill him again?
That's a great fucking game, man.
It's a great series.
Castlevania. You want to end the stream early? End the podcast
we
early?
Just play that right now instead.
Yeah, all right. See you guys.
No, I love the Castlevania series because it's like the same guy over and over again, but different generations.
It's just JoJo's.
Oh, when I was finishing up a cosplay for MumbleCon, the convention I'm going to this month, at the time of recording this podcast, because if you listen to it after it happens, then it would have happened.
Daft will still be there, though. So if you want to go there in, like, December when you're listening to this, he's still there.
I'm still there. Help. I need help, though. But I went to a Five Below. It's like one of those... You ever went to one of those?
Yeah, I've been to a Five Below.
And I was just, like, faffing about there because I don't need anything from there, but I always like looking at shit. And so I found 2 shirts. One of Homer, like the laundry detergent that looked like him. Actually, you know that story, right? Of why it looks like him.
The laundry detergent?
So Homer saw a laundry detergent with a mascot that looked like him, and it turned out it was a combination of 2 companies forming together, a fish company and a light bulb company, and it happened to look like his face.
I haven't watched too much Simpsons. I'm still trying to catch up.
So that shirt was $5 because nice. A lot of shirts from Five Below and shit is just overstocked from other places they couldn't sell. Classic. And then I got a JoJo shirt. Diamond is unbreakable.
5 and below?
There was only one of it there.
What the fuck?
Just one. I later looked up that apparently 5 below is for like young adults and tweens and shit. And I was like, I didn't know this was specific.
Right. I've seen the cat ear headphones.
No, one of my favorite activities when I go out and about is going to like dollar shops and relatively dollar shops to look at their gaming accessories.
Oh, you want the RGB keyboard?
I love that because it's like for 5 below, they have like some guy as their mascot, and it's like a real guy but not as well known, and it's like
with like a picture of like some streamer that you've never heard of on it.
Yes,
crossed, looking all confident.
He was crossing his arms and everything. It was a keyboard, headphone holder, mouse, phone charger, keyboard mats, one of those extra keyboards that's just the numpad and shit. Like it looked fine. Like if you wanted a prop to break on camera, or you just want to give like a keyboard to your kid or like little relative. I forgot the word for brother and sister, so I had to say relative. Buying a $5 keyboard, that's fine.
The official gaming setup of Glip Gaming.
They have advanced though. If you remember micro USB, the very awful charging cable that a lot of Android phones used,
yeah,
you rarely see it at 5 below now. Like I saw a battery pack that's USB-C. I was like, oh, we're advancing.
Holy shit. They're evolving. We're gonna have to stop them though, because they can't get too far.
Yeah, I don't want to like find out that I could have bought something at 5 below or Dollar General, Dollar Tree, end up paying like 30 or 50 bucks at it on like Amazon or some shit. God damn.
That place is awesome, dude. I want to get one of those fucking T-shirts with like SpongeBob holding a gun, pointing at you. I every now and then I go to a mall and I have one of those, those little carts that have like the goofiest fucking shirts, like number one grandma. And it's like a stock photo on there. I have to fight the urge to buy one every time.
Because if you wear it, everyone assumes that was a custom-made grandma shirt.
Which is also awesome, but I just know the shirt's not going to last. It's going to be like torn or wash off like immediately.
I would hope so, because if you wear that around your grandpa, she'd be like, who's this bitch? Who is she?
Where'd you get this HD? Who is fucking Shutterstock? Who is this?
And right next to it is a t-shirt of Superman's asshole.
Yes, it's in there. It's everywhere.
That would be like a viral thing where it's like, this is his asshole. And it's like, Clark is noticeably like concerned and sad at the office, but no one, like, this is at a point where Lois doesn't even know it's him yet. And it's like, why are you very upset? He's like, I just have a lot of empathy towards Superman right now. Just a lot. Just a lot. But you know what I have a lot of appreciation for?
What?
Tenacious D recently worked, well, I mean, recently is very relative because the day this podcast was recorded, Tenacious D released a music video working with Oni and G and a bunch of other YouTube animators.
Yeah, we just watched that like a few minutes ago. Or at least I did for the first time.
I watched it for the
really
second time.
Fucking good.
We had to clarify. You watched it the first time. I watched the second. I'm above you. I watched it two
fuck
times already.
Yeah,
I'm
right,
always.
Whatever.
Now you gotta watch it one more time.
Whatever.
But what'd you think of it?
It was really good. I liked the style. I guess like the character models especially were really cute. I liked how fucking gory it was. You haven't seen something like that in a while.
It was the kind of gore that they mix with cartoon physics. You know what I mean? Like realistic blood chunks.
I know, it's perfect. It's a match made in heaven.
You ever eaten a meat pie or like a shepherd's pie?
No.
It's kind of like that. I know I'm describing something you never had before, and saying it's kind of like that does not make any sense to you. It's kind of like that.
Well, let's rewind a few seconds. Yes, I've eaten plenty of meat shepherd pies all the time. Is that what you can compare it to?
No. Why would you say that?
Oh, I just like to compare a lot of things to meat pies.
Just having a gaslighting time travel thing. Going back in time. Go on.
Like I go to a funeral. And it's like my mom or something. She's like laying in her casket and everyone's just surrounding it crying, and I get on the podium. This reminds me of a meat pie.
No, because you have to think, what came first in terms of pies? Someone putting meat in it or someone putting fruit and vegetables in it? Like, how many times did they have to fuck up until they made it good? Like,
It was a trial. A lot of lives lost in the process, but it came out all right.
Well, that's the thing. Cooking you have to do a lot of shit for cooking, and a lot of things had to happen. A lot of people had to die to figure out what spices go with what berries are not poisonous and what are, and what things taste good. Like, you know how to... So, okay. How do you make hummus? I want you to tell me...
I have no fucking clue.
Okay, have you ever tasted hummus?
I have tasted hummus.
So hummus, if you want to do a very, very basic-ass hummus, you got to squash up some chickpeas, okay? You got to get some garlic tahini sauce, olive oil, can't forget the olive oil. And to make olive oil, you have to crush up some grapes, but not into a paste. You have to, like, string them in, like, a cloth and some shit and put some spices in it. And that's essentially how I make hummus. I'm bringing this up because people ate olives back then, just naturally like, olives are good. And then one guy was like, I crushed this with my hands. Do you want to try some?
I'm picturing the guy that finally that figured it out, had like a fucking Ratatouille moment, took a bite of the olives, took a bite of the whatever the fuck else was in it, sort of swirling around, all magical and shit.
Well, there was also the idea of how tea came to be. You know what I mean? Like, tea is just tree leaves and shit. Like that's just what it is. Where it's like,
got bored back then.
Hey, I'm gonna put some, like, imagine some Buddhist monks, having a little fun playing with Frank. I want to test if my friend is Zen. I shall put leaves to see if it gets angry. Just being a dickhead. He's trying to leave samsara. He's trying to get enlightened, and the monk is like sipping the leaf tea. He's like, this is actually very good. The universe has blessed me. And he's like, sure. He still retained his Zen, but also he created tea.
Yeah, it's a pretty, I guess, common touch thought experiment. Like the first guy that drank milk, they saw the others and just start squeezing those fuckers out. But I'm starting to think now, like, what was the thought process of the guy that, like, because like milk straight out the udder, it's just ass. It's just disgusting, right? Who was the guy that like took a dab of it, put it on his tongue? It's like, I could fix this.
Well, back then people just drank urine, like
what?
Ancient Egyptians, and a lot of people thought that brushing your teeth with urine was a good idea, which is just like a hilarious prank.
And then they built the fucking pyramid somehow. These guys are the same people.
No, I liked, I remember seeing the thing where it's like reasons for absence. It was like a 3,200-year-old tablet. It was like embalming my brother, bitten by a scorpion. Can't make it to work today, dude. I'm like, my brother's dead. We gotta embalm him. I'm very tied up, dude.
I'm using that excuse now. I call out from work. What happened? I got stung. You won't believe this. Crazy story. So I got stung by a scorpion.
Well, that's the thing people say, where it's like, if you ever get a flat tire, take a picture so you can use it for later. And so if you ever get stung by something, take a picture and it's like, oh, sorry, I can't make your grandma's funeral. I got stung by a... I might be next. You know how that goes.
If you get a flat tire, take a picture of it. And if you feel like this is not going to sell it enough, just Photoshop a lot of like the same PNG of a scorpion all over the place. They'll understand.
They're like, God damn, there's a lot of scorpions. Why are you texting me? Get out of here. There's a lot of scorpions.
There's scorpions there. Get the fuck out. Run!
Jesus Christ. Is the one that helped us find the old Justin Bieber 2009 DSI photos.
I love that. I love those photos so much. No one would react that way to holding a DS unless like they open it. It's just like fucking a flip note of Superman's asshole just right there.
Well, the DSI was like the thing. Like they had a lot of celebrities promote that shit. Like it wasn't just a kid console. It was like, I like to use it for brain age, or I like to use it to keep my mind sharp. And for
they stopped doing that shit. Isn't that, you remember that age, like 2010 to 2014, 2013, they just like had all these celebrities.
2008. The DS came out in 2004, my man.
Oh, fuck.
That's how old it is.
I feel fucking like an ancient bastard now.
Oh, when I was living in my college dorms doing college things, we lived right next to the fucking dumpster, which is way easier to throw away shit. And so I was throwing away some shits. I found a bag that had like electronics in it. Now, obviously, I would not do that now. But the bag was like situated on the fence, surrounding it. And I was like, you know what? I'll open this. This seems interesting because I felt in it and I was like, electronics. So I brought it in and I found a, Texas Instruments.
Yeah.
They used to make computers.
Oh, no shit.
It was a Texas Instruments computer and a bag from a mathematician. But what's more important is the fact that it had a 2004 gray DS. There's no charging cable. And so I was like, okay, this is a good find. I disinfected it, wiped it down with isopropyl alcohol and everything. And so I went to a game shop like a week or so later, and I bought one of those Game Boy Advance SP DS chargers, and it fucking worked. And I was like, did he die or something? Why did he throw away a perfectly good DS?
That is so... I like how you came to find out. You started feeling around a bag in the trash.
It wasn't in the trash. It was on the fence next to the trash. Very specific, JJ.
Okay, all right. You got your attorneys on this. I understand that.
I'd explain that every single time I tell the story. Like, why were you in the trash? I'm not in the trash.
So there I was waking up in my trash bin that I slept in.
There was a service where it's like, we'll pick up the trash for you. No need to do it yourself. And as we kept doing it ourselves because it's way easier. It's like right there. That's where I got my painting. The painting I had in the back of my videos.
You found that in the trash?
Yeah. It would have been like $200. New based on the size of it. But, I took it apart, disinfected it to hell, wiped it all down and shit. And it's like, yeah, it was a nice painting. And I was like, I feel like the people who live in this college dorm apartment complex either die a lot or don't give a shit about what they throw out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, it's just probably something like their parents bought them to brighten up the room. Didn't know how much it cost.
You ever seen the Garfield show?
Yeah.
Did you like the music video?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can talk about that. Fucking, what is it? An Australian guy.
Do you want to sing the lyrics?
What's the gag? What are the lyrics?
Nobody. Well, God, it was like nobody likes to be hated by the public, and it was just by being an asshole to everyone, just like a fucking something that he says in the music video.
Oh no, yeah. What was it that he actually said? It sounded like cunt. Yeah, it sounded.
They think I'm a cat.
Like cat.
And what's interesting about the series is that not only does it barely have anything to do with Garfield, it's French animated, and they lip synced it like in English, which is why a lot of the movements and everything seem weird. Furthermore, the final episodes of the series, like the final episode arc, was 4 episodes. It was only until 2021 did someone find the 4th part in English, because it only aired once. And I was like, what the fuck? Someone needs to be archiving the Garfield, everything Garfield.
No, except that one episode.
Except that one episode, you know, the finale of how Garfield did something or whatever.
I'm talking about that weird fucking episode. I don't even know what it was. As a kid, I hated it.
Spider one?
Yes. It was fucking. He's like, what's different about you? He's like, oh, I don't know. You know, sometimes I just turn into a big fucking spider. And then he turned into a big spider, and it scared me.
So is it a dream, or was this like an actual thing that happened?
I don't know. He was on some fucking different world, some realm. I have no idea.
Yeah, I just looked it up on the animated character database. Odie Spider. The Spider Universe is an alternate dimension of Earth. It is identical to Ward of Garfield, except everyone on there is a spider, including John Artbook and Odie. Well, if you say everyone there is a spider, I'd automatically assume John and Odie would be it.
Oh, wait, no, it was the same episode, but it wasn't that he turned into a spider. He turned into some fucking, like, homunculus creature.
Garfield winds up there at the end of his accidental ride on an alien vehicle.
I think so.
Since the spider folks are aware of Garfield's tendency to swat spiders, they try to give him a taste of his own medicine.
They start swatting at him with newspapers.
Isn't that like species internal racism? If the spiders know that he's gonna hit them, but he's from a different universe, which means that Garfield's spider universe also hits other spiders because the spiders.
Still a lot to think about.
You okay, Garfield? Do you feel a bit bad about yourself? Oh, I'm trying to think of what Lorenzo music sounds like.
Oh, these damn spiders that keep slamming my fucking brains in with a newspaper.
They keep slamming my nuts in the door. I hate it.
Ow! Ouchie!
Garfield, you better not be slamming your nuts in the door again.
Okay. My Garfield sounds like just some Canadian bum.
Oh, hey there, Odie.
Oh, I'm Garfield, eh?
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of Garfield movie leaks.
What?
They will talk about in the next episode.
Yeah, don't leave us hanging like that. We'll talk about it next episode, I guess. I'm invested. I want to know
You're
about
invested.
This.
Basically, I'll give you a little rundown. This is a little before we wrap up. Someone leaked the entire plot of the goddamn movie. A bunch of concept art. Looks nice.
That's all I want to hear, dude. With Chris Pratt just taking Hollywood and just taking it to dinner, man. This fucking guy. I'm hoping this movie's good. I want to see how far this goes.
He was a good Mario.
He was good in Mario. He was fucking really good in Guardians. And now apparently Garfield might be good. I want this to be like, if, you know, kind of like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson when he fucking had his little run-of-the-mill on Hollywood. I want it to be like that, but I want to see it, like, succeed. I want it to go to the point where he plays, like, Jesus Christ. Like, in the next fucking Nazareth movie or whatever.
The Nazareth Cinematic Universe. And that's how we're going to end this. We're going to end this nice little podcast. End this podcast. I had a fun time. Did you?
Well,
we talked about Superman's asshole a lot.
Yeah, this has been a very productive, educational, informative podcast.
I love how we can just buy microphones. Anyone can.
I love that you could just... Anyone can have access to the internet.
And you should have access to subscribing to the channel and liking the posts and commenting and stuff and suggesting things for us to talk about. Yay.
We'll read all the comments out each episode, like every comment word for word. We'll do it. So just comment. Believe me.
Verbatim.
Just look
We
at the
will
other
not
episodes where we did it.
have restrictions.
No, we did it, dude. Don't worry about it.
Say what you will. We'll allow every single comment.
I will personally go through every comment, and the ones that I don't like, I will write down on a piece of paper and individually meet each and every one of you
And murder you.
Have a good night.